British Prime Minister Theresa May is set to return to the Parliament with her Plan B for Brexit. As of now, she plans to seek a bilateral treaty with the Irish government to remove the contentious backstop arrangement from Britain's divorce deal. However, reports say the Irish government will most likely not entertain the bilateral treaty proposal. Britain is now facing the prospect of a no-deal Brexit in little more than 2 months' time. A largely nervous atmosphere in the UK as residents are worried about the future after leaving the European Union. All eyes will be on May as she will present an alternate deal today. In fact, the larger sentiment among people is for the matter to be resolved as soon as possible. The World Economic Forum is set to begin. Donald Trump, Theresa May, French President Emmanuel Macron and Zimbabwe's President Emerson Mnangagwa will be at home to sort out their respective crises. But other top leaders like Japan's Shinzo Abe, newly elected Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro and scores of oil CEOs and global CEOs, in fact, will be at the meet. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that Israel is acting against Iranian entrenchment in Syria. His comment comes after Syrian military repelled an Israeli attack. According to the reports, Syrian military and air defenses shot down 7 missiles targeting Iranian forces in southeastern Damascus. The attack, launched by 4 Israeli F-16 jets, did not manage to damage the airport, and there were no casualties. The control center was cited as saying Netanyahu did not confirm that the Israeli military carried out the attack. The African Union has cancelled the delegation to the Democratic Republic of Congo over the country's disputed presidential election after the Constitutional Court declared Felix Tshisekedi as the winner. Congo's court rejected the union's demand to delay the results and upheld the outcome of the December 30th presidential polls. A top court dismissed opposition leader Martin Fayulu's claims that his rival Tshisekedi made a power-sharing deal with outgoing President Joseph Kabila. The dispute has sparked fears of fresh turmoil in the unstable African nation. A 6.7 magnitude earthquake hit the coast of north-central Chile on Saturday evening. The quake, in fact, shook homes and caused landslides in the region's mountainous terrains. 2 people were reported dead from cardiac arrest. Electricity was restored to most of the region overnight. Chile is located, in fact, on the Pacific Ring of Fire and has a long history of deadly quakes. But the death and destruction tend to be limited due to the adoption of strict construction codes. Thousands of people marched in Colombian cities to denounce the terror attack. 3 days after a car bomb left 21 dead and 68 people injured. With T-shirts, balloons and white flags, the protesters walked down an avenue in Bogota, where they honored the memory of the victims by observing a minute of silence with the white handkerchiefs. The attack was the worst of its kind in the last 15 years in Colombia. A guerrilla group of radical priests took responsibility of the attack.
Justicia! Justicia! Justicia!
Tens of thousands of protesters gathered in Athens to demonstrate against the agreement for Macedonia to change its name to North Macedonia. Some protesters clashed with police with riot shields on the steps of the parliament building. Police fired tear gas on the protesters, who threw flares and stones on police. The name change is a result of a dispute between Macedonia and Greece over history and national identity that has lasted 27 years. Women in Washington, D.C. braved the government shutdown and harsh weather to take to the streets for the annual Women's March. Women demanded gender equality and called attention to immigrant rights among a host of other issues. Organizers had originally, in fact, planned to gather on Saturday but were held back due to the heavy snowfall forecast. Cities across the Pacific Northwest held multiple versions of the Women's March over the weekend. The marches were largely peaceful.
All of you. I see you and I hear your pain. American women.
America will observe the 33rd Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which is also a national holiday. King's son Martin Luther King III delivered a short speech to the churchgoers in Washington, D.C. on Sunday. He spoke about the late civil rights leader's 90th birthday last week and how what if he preached still holds today. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was 39 years old when he was gunned down on a hotel balcony by James Earl Ray. At the time of his death, Martin Luther King was in Memphis to support a strike by sanitation workers who were demanding higher wages and better working conditions. Emirates Airlines will be reducing its baggage allowance by 5 kilograms on some of the economy class tickets from February 4th. The Dubai-based carrier said on its website that the luggage allowance for tickets in the special category will be reduced to 15 kgs from 20 kgs. Allowance in the saver category will be brought down to 25 kgs from 30 kgs. Emirates said did not give any reason on why it's changed its baggage rules. Hundreds of people took to the streets of central UK town for the annual Straw Bear Festival. Participants led the procession dressed in bear costumes made of straw. The event can be traced back to 1882 when the straw bears danced in front of houses in exchange for beer, tobacco and beef. The tradition was revived in 1980 and has been going strong ever since. Some believe this was originally a pagan celebration of harvest and fertility. Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh will be hosting the 15th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be inaugurating the Youth Pravasi Bharatiya Divas on the second day. The Prime Minister of Mauritius will be the chief guest. The address will be given by India's President Ram Nath Kovind on the last day. The theme for this year is role of Indian diaspora in building new India. Several world leaders of Indian origin are expected to speak on the role of Indian diaspora for a new India. India may surpass UK in the world's largest economy rankings this year. This is according to a report by global consultancy firm PricewaterhouseCoopers. PwC's Global Economy Watch report has projected a 7.6% GDP growth for India in 2019. According to the World Bank data, India might jump from its 6th position and go past the UK, which is at the 5th position. The Cosmas Lagat of Kenya and Worknesh Alimu of Ethiopia were the men's and women's winners respectively in the Tata Mumbai Marathon. Lagat finished the 42-meter race in 2 hours and 9 minutes, which was the second best record in 16-year history of the race. And women's marathon winner Worknesh Alimu finished the race in 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Can I see your hands up for our 6-time world champion, Mary Cole?
Non-filers of the goods and service tax returns for 6 consecutive months will be barred from generating e-way bills for the movement of goods. The GST network is developing an IT system to monitor this now. Officials believe the move will help check tax evasion. The e-way bill system was rolled out in April last year for moving goods over 50,000 rupees from one state to another. Central tax officers have detected 3,626 GST evasion cases in April to December period last year.